Welcome to the must-watch guide for every entrepreneur and sales professional out there. Did you know that a staggering 90% of businesses fail within the first year, not because of the product, but due to poor sales strategies? Yes, you heard it right. The difference between a booming business and a closing shop can often be traced back to the words used during sales conversations. In this series, we're diving into 21 words to avoid in sales, your golden ticket to turning chats into contracts and questions into quotas. These aren't just any words. They're the make or break terms that could be secretly sinking your sales ship. With every chapter, we'll reveal these words, why they're sales poison, and how you can replace them with powerful alternatives that convert. Get ready to transform your sales game. Whether you're selling socks or software, mastering the art of communication can mean the difference between a missed opportunity and making it big. Stick around as we unlock the secrets to sales success, one word at a time. Let's turn those no's into yeses and those maybes into definites. Are you ready to level up your sales strategy? Let's dive in. Chapter 1, Honestly. When you start a sentence with, honestly, it sounds like you're finally speaking the truth, implying everything else was less than honest. Here's a fascinating fact. Research suggests that people are more likely to trust those who avoid qualifiers that imply truthfulness. Legendary entrepreneur Richard Branson once said, "Honesty is a very expensive gift. Don't expect it from cheap people." So, when you're selling, remember that your integrity shouldn't be questioned by the words you choose. Chapter 2, Trust Me. Trust me is another phrase that often achieves the opposite of its intention. In the world of sales, trust is not given, it's earned. A study from Harvard Business Review highlighted that sales professionals who focus on building relationships rather than using coercive phrases like, "trust me," see a 40% increase in sales over their peers. Instead of asking for trust, demonstrate your credibility through knowledge, understanding, and empathy. Chapter 3, Contract. The word contract can make people feel trapped. It's a binding term that suggests obligation and permanence. According to a psychological study, people are more likely to agree to an agreement when it's referred to as a mutual agreement, rather than a contract. This simple change in terminology can significantly affect the client's comfort level. Jeff Bezos, Amazon's founder, once advised, "Focus on the customer and the contract will follow." Remember, it's not about trapping a client, it's about forging a partnership. Chapter 4, Cheap. Describing your product or service as cheap undersells its value. Cheap often equates to low quality in the customer's mind. A Cornell University study found that customers perceive products as more valuable when their prices are presented as an investment rather than a bargain. Instead, use words like affordable or cost-effective. As Warren Buffett wisely put it, price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Ensure your clients understand the value beyond the price tag. Chapter 5, Cost. Talking about the cost can instantly put your prospects on the defensive, making them think only about the expense rather than the benefits. A pivotal study in the Journal of Marketing Research shows that reframing cost into investment can lead prospects to consider the long-term value and benefits. As the iconic Steve Jobs once remarked, people don't just buy products, they buy better versions of themselves. So, when discussing price, highlight how this investment makes their life or business better. Chapter 6, Problem. The word problem has a negative connotation that can put prospects in a pessimistic mindset. Referring to challenges instead as opportunities or areas for improvement can shift the conversation to a more positive and constructive space. This linguistic twist aligns with Albert Einstein's perspective. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. By changing your language, you encourage your clients to see beyond the hurdle and focus on the potential for growth and improvement. Chapter 7, Buy. Buy is a word that can trigger pressure and resistance in a sales context. It's a direct call to action that may not always be welcomed. Psychological studies suggest that softer, more aspirational phrases like acquire or invest in can lead to higher conversion rates because they emphasize the benefit and ownership experience. Jeff Bezos encapsulates this approach by focusing on what customers are gaining, not what they're giving up, when he says, "We see our customers as invited guests to a party, and we are the hosts." Chapter 8, Pitch. The term pitch implies a one-sided conversation where the salesperson talks at the prospect rather than with them. This approach is becoming increasingly outdated in a world that values engagement and connection. Harvard Business School advocates for presentations or conversations that invite collaboration and feedback. Simon Sinek, a motivational speaker and author, reinforces this idea, stating, "People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it." Make your sales discussions two-way streets where the value and beliefs behind your product or service are clear. Chapter 9. Sign. Asking someone to sign can feel like a command, introducing a psychological barrier. This term can evoke stress or pressure, as it suggests commitment before the prospect is ready. A study in consumer behavior indicated that using phrases like approve or endorse can make the action seem more like a personal choice, increasing compliance rates. Mark Cuban, a self-made billionaire, advises, make your product easier to buy than your competition, or you will find your customers buying from them, not you. Ensure your language supports an easy and affirmative decision-making process. Chapter 10. Failure. The word failure is fraught with negative connotations and can deter clients by focusing on the risk of loss rather than the potential for gain. Replacing failure with terms like learning opportunity or growth experience can shift the narrative towards positive development and resilience. Thomas Edison famously illuminated this concept when he said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Encourage a mindset where setbacks are steps towards success, fostering a culture of innovation and persistence. Chapter 11. Commission. While it's a common part of sales, talking about commission can shift focus from the customer's needs to the salesperson's gain. This shift can erode trust and make clients wary of recommendations, suspecting they are driven by self-interest rather than genuine advice. A Forbes report highlights that transparency in the sales process builds lasting relationships. Focus on the value and benefits of your offer, as advised by Zig Ziglar, a leading sales expert. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Emphasize how your product or service aligns with their goals, not the commission it earns you. Chapter 12. Discount. Offering a discount can sometimes cheapen the perceived value of your product or service. It implies that the offering might not be worth its original price or that prices are arbitrarily set. Psychological pricing research suggests that framing discounts as exclusive offers or special pricing can maintain the value perception while still incentivizing purchases. Warren Buffett, known for his investment prowess, reminds us that price is what you pay. Value is what you get. Ensure your language preserves the integrity and value of your offering, even when providing price incentives. Chapter 13. Expensive. Describing your product or service as expensive can immediately set off alarm bells for potential buyers, making them think it's not worth the cost. Instead, frame your offering as a premium choice that delivers exceptional value and quality. Here's a tip. Highlight how this investment pays off in the long run, enhancing the buyer's life or business. Remember, it's not about the price tag but the value and benefits it brings. Chapter 14. Quota. Mentioning quota can make clients feel like just another number, undermining the personalized approach that sales should embody. Focus instead on how your product or service meets their unique needs and contributes to their success. This shift in perspective ensures that discussions remain client-centered, reinforcing the value of what you're offering is tailored to them. Chapter 15. Deal. The word deal can sometimes imply a transactional, one-time interaction rather than a meaningful, ongoing relationship. Refer to it as an opportunity to emphasize the mutual benefits and the potential for a long-term partnership. This approach invites prospects to envision a future where they continue to gain value from their decision to work with you. Chapter 16. Competitor. While it's tempting to compare your offerings directly to those of competitors, doing so can detract from your unique value proposition. Instead, focus on what sets your product or service apart, highlighting its unique benefits and how it addresses the specific needs and preferences of your clients. This strategy keeps the conversation positive and centered on the distinctive value you provide. Chapter 17. Try. The word try suggests a lack of confidence in the product or service you're offering. It implies a possibility of failure, which can make prospects hesitant. Instead, use, implement, or utilize, which convey a sense of action and effectiveness. Yoda, the wise Jedi Master from Star Wars, famously said, "Do or do not. There is no try." This quote emphasizes the power of commitment over tentative attempts, a valuable mindset in sales. Chapter 18. Hopefully. Using hopefully introduces uncertainty into your conversation. It can make it seem like you're not confident about the outcomes your product or service can deliver. In sales, confidence breeds trust. Instead, use phrases that express assurance, such as, "I'm confident that," or, "We ensure." Oprah Winfrey, a paragon of success and influence, advises, "You become what you believe." Believe in your product, and your customers will too. Chapter 19. No. While honesty is paramount, directly saying no can sometimes halt a conversation or kill a deal. It's often more productive to offer alternatives or workarounds instead of flat rejections. This strategy keeps the dialogue open and constructive. Jeff Bezos encourages looking for solutions where others see problems, highlighting, "Every no gets me closer to a yes." When faced with a request you can't fulfill, pivot the conversation towards how you can achieve the desired outcome through other means. Chapter 20. Maybe. Maybe is another word that introduces uncertainty and can make you appear indecisive. In sales, decisiveness instills confidence in your prospects. Instead of maybe, offer clear, concise, and confident responses. If you need time to provide an accurate answer, say so directly. Commit to a specific follow-up time. As Tony Robbins, the renowned life coach and motivational speaker, says, "Decisions shape destiny." Make your communications reflect your decisiveness and reliability. Chapter 21. But is a conjunction that often negates everything said before it, which can undermine attempts to build rapport or agreement. It's better to use and to join ideas constructively or simply start a new sentence with the positive aspect you wish to emphasize. This approach fosters a more agreeable and positive tone in conversations. Dale Carnegie, in his classic, How to Win Friends and Influence People, suggests, talk in terms of the other person's interests. This means framing your propositions in a way that emphasizes benefits over limitations.